Well, Grogu, is that an egg for me? Oh, thank you. Wow, it's so nice of you, Grogu. Hi, everyone, and happy Easter. Yeah, happy Easter from me and from Butler. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah of Horror. I review movies and do film commentary. So today I will be reviewing 3 movies, and since it's Easter but also April Fool's Day tomorrow, I decided to kind of combine those two. So I have like one Easter movie, one with a killer bunny thing, and then I have an April Fool's movie. So a good mix of things. But I think we should start with the Easter horror film. So the first movie that I will be reviewing and talking about is Easter Bunny Massacre. It's from 2021. It's directed by Jack Peter Mundy. Okay, it's starring, I have to read this, Jenna Oskotnikov, Tom Nguyen, and Sarah T. Cohen. Oh, a lot of characters. Okay, the plot. So in this one, we have a group of friends. They are hiding the secret. Yeah, they are hiding secrets, and then they are being killed off one by one by a very mysterious bunny. That is the basic plot of Easter Bunny Massacre. Quite simple, quite, getting to the point quite quickly. So I wasn't really expecting that much. I just want to, watch an Easter horror movie that was okay for the moment. So I had no real expectations. And I have to say that, this wasn't that bad at all. I was expecting something much worse. It is a very low budget in the horror film, and those are the movies that I really like to watch because I make those movies myself, so I know the struggle. And let me just adjust this. Okay, yeah, I saw that it was kind of crooked. I do like a Dutch angle myself, but maybe not like in all of my reviews. Yeah, back to the movie. So yeah, right away, like the movie starts off with this party where we get introduced to the characters. Kind of get to know some of them, not all of them. There are quite a few of them actually. It's a kind of a large group of friends there. I have to be honest, some of the characters because we then see them later when they are being contacted by this bunny and being killed off like one by one. And I forgot some of the characters. I was like, oh yeah, that character was in there. Okay, but yeah, eventually I managed to keep track of everyone. I do like this whole aspect of them having, secrets and, this fear of having them exposed, because it kind of makes it a bit exciting. What's the secret? Who's doing this? Because they don't really know who is doing this, but they think it's like one of them. So, one in the friend group. And that also creates a bit of a different type of tension, because then you probably know it's one of them, so you kind of keep track of, okay, who is suspicious, who are maybe telling lies, what could those lies be. So yeah, that was also a bit exciting. I also like the kind of bunny costume or masks that they have. I think it kind of stands out, and I think it's memorable, so good job on picking that. One thing I have to say that I do wish there could be even more like gory creative kills. Some kills, they were, I think, just maybe due to budget restraints or not having enough time. I think they could have been done, just a bit better. There were like one or two. They're like, oh, this is nice, but I wish they could have shown more. But I do understand the struggle with being, indie horror filmmaker myself. But yeah, there's always something that I'm really looking forward to watching in horror movies or slasher films. But yeah, overall, this movie had its exciting moments, some good build up. I did like the scene where everyone was sitting around a table and just talking about who could this be, like what kind of secrets do you have, and people started sharing really personal things, and they were trying to get closer to truth, and then kind of chaos ensued. I did like that one, and I also did like the ending. I did like the twist. I thought it was a good twist. I kind of also like the motivation behind the twist and behind some of the decisions. Like, I wasn't really expecting that, so I think they also did a good job with that. I also do like the fact that they kind of jump back and forth between the intro scene and what happened there to the present. They did jump between those quite a lot. I didn't find it annoying or like hard to follow or just that it was too much. But I can do understand if someone would feel any of those things while watching this film, because there are a lot of jumps between those two things. And then, when the characters are kind of retelling their version of what they think or what happened with their character during the intro scene, and then someone is like, no, then that's not really what happened. And so you have to be like, okay, so was that a lie, or was that wait, how did things go? Where were so yeah, you have to really keep track of certain things until the reveal. But yeah, let's move on to what I will grade the film. I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. Wish there could have been a little more kills and creative, like gore type of situations, but I still enjoyed the film. It went by pretty quickly. It isn't really a long film, and if you're looking for a new Easter horror film, low budget, like indie horror, then yeah, I do recommend you to watch this film. I will put the link to the YouTube link to the film in the description below. So yeah, I think we should move on to review number 2. Okay, so review number 2 is actually a film from Finland. Yes, and it's called Bunny the Killer Thing. Not necessarily an Easter movie at all, but it has a bunny thing. Yeah, it will make more sense when I will explain it. Technical stuff first. Bunny the Killer Thing, it's from 2015. It is directed by Jonas Makkonen. It's starring, I have to read this, Enni Uitkangas, Jari Manninen, Vera Vevilo, Roope Olenius, among a lot of characters. So the plot. In the beginning, we are introduced to this writer. He is there with, I'm assuming, his girlfriend. They have rented a cabin or a place to stay in Finland, and they come up to this cabin. They have their luggage, they're going in, and while getting to the cabin, they are suddenly attacked by a few masked men. They take the writer, they kidnap him into a, I don't know, basement or something, a room, a weird room where he is tied up or tied to a table or something. And then we see this guy in a doctor coat or lab coat. So we can assume that he's going to be experimented on. They bring out this huge needle, like really thick, huge needle, and with some sort of liquid in, and they push this liquid into this rider, and then you can see that this affects him. He begins to break free. He's super strong, so he breaks free, runs away, and then we cut to another group of people, young people getting ready to party, and other people like around that area. There's not just Finnish people, there are also like British people and English speaking people and Swedish people. Yeah, but then these people, they are all suddenly getting attacked by what seems to be a bunny, but a bunny that is naked, because we can clearly see the dingaling. you know what I mean. Yeah, trying to keep it clean for YouTube, but you know exactly what I mean. The eggplant emoji. So yeah, these people, they have to survive against this bunny thing that is looking for the kitten emoji, because they have done something to him that makes him very, very interested in looking for the kitten emoji, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is obviously a kind of dark horror comedy. Don't take this film seriously at all. And this was a rewatch. I first saw this film when I came across it on a streaming site. It was called True Indie, I think. They even had my movies, but they unfortunately had to shut down. It was a fun streaming site while it lasted. And I saw it there, and I really, really enjoyed it. But it was a few years since I saw it, so I decided, you know what, I want to rewatch this, and it's a bunny, perfect. Honestly, I had forgotten so many things, but it's good I did, because it almost felt like I was watching this movie anew, so to speak. And I mean, the gore in this one is incredible. It's so good. The SFX, I mean, oof. I mean, it must have really taken a while, and I love how they managed to get such good blood pumps, and how they kind of got the blood to spurt all over the place. That was really, really well done. Like, there was one scene, a character gets one of their legs like just pulled off of this bunny killer thing, comes and pulls off the leg, and the blood is just spraying. It's so much, it's so wonderful, within that context, because it's a horror comedy, we can laugh about that, but it just looked so good. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of dark humorous situations in this, especially involving the eggplant emoji on this bunny the killer thing. They are doing a lot of comedic things with that, and how just this bunny character is like presented, and also the characters are trying to survive. They have like perfect timing with their kind of jokes and dialogue, and there was an amazing scene when this bunny was chasing a group of people in the forest, and then two characters were kind of like attracted to each other, but as this bunny killer was killing a character in the background, these two were like, "Oh, we have to split up," and then they looked at each other, gave each other a kiss, and then they kind of split up, and that was when the bunny thing was coming at them, and it was just like perfect timing, really funny. They were like, "Oh, we have to split up, it's better." That was quite funny. Also, we have quite a few characters in this movie. We have these partygoers that are going to this cabin to party. It's a group of people. Then they meet, I think, 3 people who are stranded. Their car dies down, so they take them along with them. So there are even more, and then they meet. They pick up even more people while running from this bunny man, and so it can be a bit tricky to kind of remember or just keep track of everyone, but I think everyone, almost every character has something that really stands out, like personality wise, which is really good because that kind of helps me keep track and remember everyone, so to speak. But I do like that it's in the wintertime, it's snow, and it just makes, the cinematography really beautiful. And all the red blood against the white snow, and also the night scenes looked good. I did like that darkish blue light, and it looked really good with the bunny, like the silhouette of the bunny killer thing. Yeah, it was a fun watch, fun, just seeing what this bunny killer thing is up to, like what will the victims do, how will they survive, will they even survive, I mean, that was a very, very scary, brutal bunny. Yeah. And then we also have to remember the people from the beginning, how they, fit in and play into this story, and what's their agenda, what's going on here. And yeah, I think they do make a good, like a wraparound story. They wrap things together. I do love the ending. Like there's a post-credit scene. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the ending that's before the credits roll. I thought that was hilarious, super funny, and it really shows the humor of this film. And yeah, I just think that was really good. So, how many killer bunnies will this movie get from me? I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed watching this film again. And if you love gory movies and horror comedies, good SFX, like dark humor, then this movie is definitely up your alley and you should definitely watch it. So I do recommend you all to watch that one. Okay, let's move on to review number 3. Okay, so now we have arrived at the final review in this episode. So this is the April Fool's Day movie that I will be reviewing, and it's called April Fool's Day. It's the remake, not the original. April Fool's Day is from 2008. It is directed by 2 people actually, Mitchell Altieri and Phil Flores. It's starring Taylor Cole, Josh Henderson, Scout Taylor Compton, and Joe Egender. This one, we have it starts with a ball or graduation or some sort of ceremony, where it has a lot of rich people there. It's hosted by these 2 siblings, a sister and a brother, and they have their kind of group of friends, like tight-knit circle group of friends, and one of them is graduating or something like that. And while the graduation is happening, a prank goes horribly wrong. And then 1 year after this prank that resulted in someone dying, these group of friends are being targeted by someone who's out for revenge. So that is the plot of April Fool's Day. And I mean, if you've seen the original, I saw the original many years ago. I do have to rewatch that one, but I'm waiting until I can get my hands on a physical copy of it. So I chose to rewatch the remake. I had seen the remake before. I wasn't that overly impressed, but I wanted to give it another chance. And I mean, the intro scene wasn't that bad actually. I think I remembered it being much worse than it actually is. I thought, it was okay. Nothing special, but it kind of got me a little bit interested. And I forgot that Scout was in this one. I really like her. So that was already, a huge improvement from my first watch of this film. I think Scout did a good job. She did what she could. And all the characters, they did what they could. They played their characters as they should have been, yeah, acted. But I mean, if you've seen the original, you kind of know where the remake is going. So that is like one good element that this movie kind of loses, and it's also not done in the same kind of good build-up way that I think that the original was. Like, I don't know, this just doesn't have the same kind of feeling. It isn't really that exciting, and it is a slash movie, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, that good of a slasher movie. I don't know. Some deaths are okay. Wish they were a bit more creative, wish they were a bit more gory, but there are a few sequences or a few effects that did work really well. There's one, a character who gets kind of their throat slashed, and that actually looks really good. The blood is pouring. That is one moment that was actually exciting. But yeah, a lot of these characters also are so unlikable that it is kind of hard to root for them. It is. Like, let this person get their revenge on this people. Like, Scout was probably one of the few like redeeming characters that I was definitely rooting for. But yeah, a lot of the other people were just like insufferable. I just couldn't stand them. So that made it like really hard to not root for the killer. Yeah, I'm really curious if you've seen both the original April Fool Day and the remake of April Fool's Day, then please let me know in the comments your thoughts about the films and which one do you think is better. Always fun to know with, the original versus remake. Even though like I watched this just a few days ago, it's not really that memorable except for the last scene, of course, which was, I mean, the reveal, the climax, it was okay. That was okay. And I did like the kind of news story segments that they have while reporting the kind of true crime stuff. I knew that felt like that was made like with a kind of dark humor or a little twinkle in the eye situation, and I kind of like that. That was quite good. But other than that, this film isn't really that memorable, or it just doesn't stand out enough. It's not a horrible remake. It's just kind of bland. That is the problem. It's kind of bland. I mean, Scout really tried, but this movie is just too bland, too meh, and not really memorable. I will probably forget all about this movie, except for the ending, like until maybe the next time I decide to give it another chance. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of better April Fool's movies. Like, one of them that I have reviewed on my channel is called Slaughter High. It's a slasher film from the 80s. I will definitely link that YouTube review in my description below, so you can check out my review of Slaughter High and hopefully watch Slaughter High. Okay, but what will I give April Fool's Day, the remake? I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Yeah, so I mean, a 4 out of 10. The first time I watched it, I gave it a much lower grade, but now realizing that, it's not horrible, just very bland, so I gave it a 4 for Scout. Yeah, she gets the 4, definitely. Yeah, that will conclude my Easter April Fool's Day episode. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I wanted to really put in this extra episode this week. I usually, put out 1 episode a week, but I wanted to put out 2 just because of all, the wonderful support I've been getting from you, all the new subscribers, and just all of the engagement to my content. And I just want to say, you know, a thank you with this extra bonus episode. So thank you all so much. Maybe I will have time to upload more. Maybe there will be more weeks where I will do 2 episodes a week, hopefully. But yeah, so thank you all so much for engaging. And you know, if you like that I put out 2 episodes this week, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers as soon as I can. That would make me so happy. But thank you all so much. Have an amazing Easter and a fun April Fool's Day. Bye.